Legendary Canadian actor William Shatner is no stranger to the world of space. Best known, of course, as Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek series. Shatner had the privilege of going to space himself back in 2021, at least near space. His emotional reaction was captured on video after he landed back on Earth.
It's just, there is Mother and Earth and comfort, and is there death? I don't know. Is that death? Is that the way death is? Whoop, and it's gone. Jesus. It was so moving to me.
Shatner traveled with 3 others aboard a Blue Origin flight, and he's expressed his excitement about the Artemis II mission on social media. So we spoke to him about how it feels to watch the crew in space.
It's an incredible beginning. I mean, if we think that those of us who are conscious and looking at that flight and being aware of it, it's a beginning. We've landed on the moon, as everybody knows, walked around, and then left for, 50 years. And now we're flying around back there with the expectation of putting a permanent housing on the moon, they're going to do the housing on the backside, so you won't be able to see it, because that's where all the fun is. Isn't that fascinating?
I mean, it's all fascinating, right? And to, like, the infinite nature of the universe is awe-inspiring when you're on Earth. I can't imagine what it's like for those who have been fortunate enough to be on the moon or even circling the moon and looking out at that vastness. Now you had a taste of this, right? You were on Blue Origin's.
I had a brief 10-minute taste of it. I'll tell you, the impression you get, I think there's a name for it, that a lot of people who go up into space, several hundred people who've been into space have had the same reaction, and it's the overwhelming vision of how minute and vulnerable the Earth is. And so we have 50 years. By the time you're 10 years old, you begin to look around, and by the time you're 60 or 70, you begin to look inward. So roughly you have 50 years of consciousness, of the being aware of the miracle of the Earth, the solar system, and the universe. And during that brief period of time, we are gifted with that ability to be aware of the miracle of life and the existence of all these things that we can look at. It is brought home with great drama for me when I could see the curvature of the Earth and realize that if I just went out a little further, I could actually draw the circumference of the Earth, how small it is, how vulnerable, and what we're doing to it.
You were nervous about the launch, which worked out exquisitely.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about re-entry and splashdown for Artemis II?
See, it was one thing to go through all those things they went through to control minor leaks and minor things that were going wrong. They kept delaying the liftoff, and that's not, it's like doing a play and saying we're opening on the 25th. No, we're going to open the 26th. No, we're going to open the 20th. I mean, it's not a good public relations thing. So they kept delaying it because they ran into minor problems that they wanted to solve, so they wouldn't be a major problem when you're halfway into the sky and everything explodes. Well, the same thing is happening with re-entry. The heat shield has some problems that I remember reading about. They've altered the angle of entry to adjust to it, and so the most dangerous part and dramatic part of the whole thing is coming up when they enter Earth's atmosphere. And that's going to be worthy of all our thoughts, and people who believe in prayer and all that kind of thing. It's going to be very dramatic that nothing untoward happens on re-entry.
Well, we certainly hope and expect that. William Shatner, a real pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me.